Today I'm going to be talking about all of the things that I do for my skin to help with anti-aging that's not Botox injections or fillers. So, disclaimer, I'm not against Botox, I'm not against filler. I just think that long term we can see, I think we all know people and we've seen celebrities that are overusing that stuff or maybe using it a little bit too early in their aging process, and it can cause things to kind of become saggy or swollen. And I just want to avoid that look while still avoiding fine lines, wrinkles, sagging, that kind of thing. So the first thing that I do, it seems silly, but I swear I think this is the most impactful thing that anybody can do for anti-aging. In the same way that Botox prevents you from raising your eyebrows, having crow's feet from smiling, smile lines, all of that kind of stuff, you can do that. You can avoid making those wrinkles without having Botox in there. It just takes practice and recognition of your facial expressions and when you're making those kind of faces that cause lines. So for me, it's definitely raising my eyebrows was where I was susceptible to lines, those horizontal lines on my forehead. So I've just, with practice, looking in the mirror, recording myself, kind of just recognizing when I was raising my eyebrows, I would notice it and I would just redirect it to relax my eyebrows. And it sounds crazy, but over time, I swear you will get better at it and you'll just naturally stop doing it. Another trick for this, if you struggle with recognizing when you're doing it, is you can put Scotch tape on your forehead, and then when you make that facial expression, you'll hear it and it'll sort of trigger you to stop doing that face. And if you do that over time, just like how Botox works, if you're not making those faces all the time, you're not making the little lines that those faces are creating. So that's the first thing. The next thing that I do is not very popular, and I'm surprised. I actually really thought that this would become more popular as social media. There was all these skincare and beauty channels, but I don't see a lot of influencers doing this, and I wish they would because it's free. And that is facial exercises and facial massage. So let me know in the comments if you want me to make a whole separate video on my exact routine. You can see it a little bit in my AM skincare routine video that I have. But let me know if you want a separate one where I just really thoroughly go over each of the exercises and massages and why. But basically, a lot of your facial muscles, just like the muscles in the rest of your body, they get tight when you overuse them. And when muscles are tight, they're pulling on things. It can cause things to sag. It can cause things to wrinkle. So massaging your face in strategic places, like on your masseter muscles, like on your forehead muscles, like on these cheek muscles right here, which if they're really tight can cause smile lines. All of that will just help your face stay nice and young. And also any kind of massage just brings blood flow to your face, and it'll help with anti-inflammation and just bringing good, healthy blood flow and all those healthy foods that you eat to your face. And then exercising them, that's for the weak muscles. So particularly with these muscles, this is kind of the dominant muscle that will cause jowls and your face to sort of sag. There's muscles up here that you can tighten by doing exercises like that. And if you just do that regularly, it's really going to sculpt your face, just like how exercising and lifting weights for your body does. You can do that for your face, and it's totally free, and it's not some crazy time-consuming thing that you have to do like an hour a day or anything like that. I just do this in my morning skincare routine, but you can do it whenever you feel like fits in best with your schedule while you're waiting in traffic or something like that. And then another part of that whole routine is just to stretch. So stretching your neck muscles, stretching your trapezius muscles, all those things that are going to tighten and kind of pull your skin in ways you don't want it to. Keeping those muscles nice and loose and stretched will be really helpful. The third thing is probably obvious, but it's just good skincare. And you guys know I have tons of videos on that stuff. Let me know what other kinds of videos you want. But the most important things being sunscreen. We all need a sunscreen, and it has to be every day, and you need to be reapplying. And if you're going to be out in the sun all day doing outdoor adventure things at the beach, things like that, you need to be reapplying, and you need to be trying to find shade or using protective clothing. Sun is the number one ager. I don't think any dermatologist disagrees with that. We have to be protecting ourselves from the sun. That includes obviously indoor tanning. Don't be doing that. Protect that skin if you want it to look nice. If you want a tan, just use sunless tanner or get a spray tan. And then other than that, skincare is obviously going to be different for every person and every skin type. And so just make sure that you're adapting your skincare routine to what actually works for you and not just doing what works for someone else. But we all, in addition to a sunscreen, need to be moisturizing, cleansing, and then adding in some special anti-aging ingredients like retinoids or retinol alternatives. And then targeting any specific need that you have. So for me, since I'm kind of freckly, I've been adding things and sort of experimenting with things lately for sunspots. And I'll let you guys know what I find out has been working for me. But yeah, just customize it to yourself and make sure that your skincare is on point and that you're doing it regularly and consistently and you're taking your makeup off at night and all of that stuff. It's the little things that add up every day. All of the things that I talk about, beauty, health, all of that, I feel like it's all about consistency. And then the fourth thing I do is to just live a generically healthy lifestyle. Everyone wants a quick fix, but at the end of the day, if you're not eating healthy, nutritious foods, getting enough of all the micronutrients you need, so like vitamins and minerals, drinking water, and then keeping it away from alcohol and smoking and things like that. A lot of this other stuff obviously still matters, but it's just not going to show up as much if you're not doing those core things. Your face is a part of your body, so if you want a healthy face, you have to have a healthy body. And I think a lot of that is obvious, but one thing I've noticed that I think is not very popular yet is how hard it is to get some vitamins and minerals. And I used to be a part of the group of people who are like, I don't want to take supplements. I just want to get everything from food. It's more natural. I understand that. I really do. I know the supplement industry isn't regulated the way that foods are, but it is just so hard. If you really track it, you'll see what I mean. It is so hard to get exactly as much as you want in a bioactive form, because sometimes the forms of things aren't the kind that your body actually uses. To get all of that just from food every day is so hard. It would take so much tracking and so much calculating. I find it personally much easier just to take a daily multi-mineral, multivitamin. So do your research, find one that you like. I just use the Target brand of like Women's One a Day. That's what works for me. A lot of the stuff you hear that's bad about supplements is more from the niche stuff, like the stuff they give weightlifters and like weird herbal supplements. But if you're using a popular brand or a popular store of mineral and vitamin, those are generally pretty safe, and I really recommend them. I actually saw a huge difference when I started taking mine in my hair thickness. It was really a big difference for that. So making sure you're living a healthy lifestyle and making sure you're getting everything that your body needs for healthy skin and healthy hair. And then the last thing is also kind of obvious, but it really is impactful, is just reducing stress. And I think this is the hardest thing for me personally out of this whole list, as crazy as that sounds, because a lot of that other stuff takes a lot of time. But stress is just so pervasive in our society, and you really just have to fight it. And there's a lot of things that you can do to practice that. I think meditation can be really helpful. Spending time outside, spending time with loved ones, spending time doing things that you like to do, spending time rotting when you just need to rot and have downtime and not feeling bad about it. If you're spiritual or religious, spending time doing those things. Or if there's like a deeper mental health issue, not being ashamed of it and going to a psychiatrist and asking them for their opinion on something that you can do to feel happier. Because if you're feeling upset all the time, it's not only is it going to be hard to do all of those skincare and health things that you need to do to take care of yourself, the hormones from stress are going to start affecting you over time. If you haven't gotten into the practice of what people call stoicism, I really recommend that. The general concept is really just being accepting of everything that's happening around you, good and bad, and not trying to worry about things that you can't control, and just trying to be good and virtuous and loving, and just be able to kind of take the hits when you need to take the hits and enjoy and be grateful for the good things. And I think that sounds really simple, but obviously since philosophy and all this stuff is so popular, I think there's value in reading it. And it's just something that's been really helpful for me in controlling my stress. Those are the main things that I do to help with anti-aging without having to go to a med spa and get Botox and fillers and quick fixes like that. Let me know what you do. If you have ideas that you think I'm missing, please let me know. I'm always looking to learn. And if you liked this video, go ahead and subscribe for more videos like this and let me know what other kinds of videos you want to see. Have a wonderful day. You're beautiful inside and out.